Hello, 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 hello. We are here again. There's a lot of issues on ground now. So our fans has been even calling on me. What is my problem? Why I want to analyze or say one or two things concerning them? I know my reason, but because of they have been disturbing and whatever. So okay, I said let me say something concerning this. Yeah. Since the issue of Regina Daniel versus our grandpa Nedumoko. I resolved not to say anything concerning that because this issue of relationship, but somebody has to say something about it too. If you look at this issue, let me come to Regina Daniel. If you look at this issue, if you look at issue around her, you can't blame Regina Daniel for marrying Moko. No, you won't. Because when she got married at 17 to 18, per se, allegedly. But I think the truth is coming out now. Because when there's a fracas between then the real truth start coming out. So, what Regina understands by love at that stage of life is somebody who provides, one iPhone, he buy her iPhone, buy her hair, take her maybe one of the best restaurants, fly her on a jet, private jet, take her to Dubai. That's what she understands the meaning of love. So at that time, any child at that stage understands love by giving what you give to her. Because that is the mental understanding reaches. As age grows up, as she gets more older, she begins to understand that all those little things are not men love, but attribute of love. Because really, when somebody love, you're gonna show her love by buying her one or two things. But that does not mean that all those gifts and whatever is love. So now, that's why she can even die for not marrying Nedumoko. Because no one could do that kind of thing for her at that stage. Even the boy, I knew he had a boyfriend then. The boyfriend can't offer her what Nedumoko was offering her. You see that kind of thing. So now, because understand the basic, what understands love is the giving. iPhone, hair, expensive stuff. Basic life. Good money. So now, if anybody tells you Regina Daniel goes beyond even cry, decide to kill himself for not, maybe if the family says that they're not going to marry, that she's not going to marry, it's true. Because that time, that's what she understands by love. Now she have grown up. Now she need a love. She need that touch. She need that feelings. And it's not there. Because all those things she thought that is a love is not love. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So because of, love comes maturity. As you are growing, you are understanding in what love is all about. We get to marry. So that's why if you say that she engaged in maybe drug abuse or whatever, it can be true. It might not be true. But there's a 80% that superstars that marry older men finally gets into drug, because that relationship cannot give them that joy. So that because of their living in the perspective of the world, what people can say, what fans can say. So whatever they are doing, they are trying to impress. So whenever you are in a relationship, you are trying to impress your fans. That's why they see them, they take a picture as they are loving. What is that? It's not how you use. It's not. So now these scenarios now with deceiving young girls, believing that okay, once you marry you marry young, you marry older men with money, your problem has solved. Not true. Until you get him. Do you see what I'm saying now? So now you can't blame Regina for falling for Nedi Nwoko for marriage. You know, because of her stage, her understanding at that age is what she can get, all this money. So now, what can we say? That's the major contributor to these young ladies looking up to marry or wants to marry a rich older man. One, Nigerian movie industry have failed the younger generation. You know why I say that? But because of it, when you watch Nigerian movies, it's all about when a poor girl suffering, suddenly, ways of recovering is to marry a rich guy, or marry Igwe, or marrying Prince. So everybody will shout, yay! There's something. There's a, what is, you know, yes, what you keep watching. What, so that's why you're very careful of what you watch and what you listen, because what you keep listening at all time, you know, will start having effect in your life. That's why married people have to be careful of what they listen to, people they listen to. So when you keep listening to people, their marriage have failed, so what you hear from them will also make your marriage to fail. But when you listen to people that have succeeded, that have met a good marriage, then you begin to find out that you will work to live up better than even their marriage. Then you saw that you will have a glorious marriage. But if you are looking at people, their marriage have failed, you know, or you want to, so that you know how to protect yourself, then you are in that marriage to protect yourself, not in terms of that marriage anymore. Because when you are not protecting yourself, you will be saying and doing a lot of things that will be, your partner will say, who did I even marry? I'm getting what I'm saying. Just like some people, I'm trying to deviate a little bit, but I just want to form a base. Most of people that are in abroad, they marry people probably in other side of the world, you know. So now, when they got married, you find out that either both of them will start listening to people, their marriage have failed, why it was failed. You know what I'm saying? You know, some people say, oh, cheating. Now some people say, okay, what happened at the end of the day? Properties or whatever. So now, if you see one of their partner now trying to protect his interest, not interest of the marriage anymore, because of what he heard. Oh, I don't want to, maybe if this marriage fails now, I'll be the one to lose. You see now? So this is exactly what is happening. That's what I'm trying to say. Why the Nigeria movie industry have failed. They never acted a movie where a young girl was maybe poor, and at the time decided, you know, by her academic qualification or academic excellence, you know, she was offered, or she worked herself to top and she become great. No, they don't hardly do that kind of movie. So the one that sells is that when a poor girl, so now the younger generation now begin to see that only way to attempt to higher ground is to marry Igwe, or marry Prince, or marry a rich guy, whether it's old or not. Do you understand what I'm saying? So now it become a problem. So that's why a young girl, if you talk to her, you ask her, what do you have? You know, I ask them, what can you offer me? Because I've seen in a movie time that how a poor girl survived was to marry a prince, or to marry a rich guy that comes from abroad. Suddenly the poverty, now, you know, you become rich now. So that's why you find it, most of the younger generation now in that part of the world, even when you offer them job, they will see it, why am I working when I can hook up with a richer guy or whatever, and then my problem is solved. So if I know that there's 60 or 70% of them think this way, it's only like 40 or 30% that say have that okay, I can that come from a certain family that blended in hard work. That hard work can lead them greater in life, and hard work can pay. So this is the area where the industry have felt the generations, the kind of the content and the movie they produce. Secondly is parents. Parents, you know, because of as a child is growing up, what kind of things are you inculcating on them? And the child is growing up, what kind of things are you inculcating on them? What kind of training are you giving them? You know, sometimes you don't freely give your child money. Give them a task. Okay, you're gonna do this. When you do this, you get this. So then we understand there's something like a work. That there's no cheap way on life, or maybe you want to go and do fraud. And remember that when you are doing fraud, remember, see handcuff beside you, because it's not happen. If you want to go into a robbery, look, either gun on your head or probably one day handcuff. So if you are taking it in a shortcut, remember there's a repercussion, which is a wait for you closer. So what am I saying? What I'm saying is the parents have to begin to work on their children. Give them a task. Okay? This is work. If you are a businessman, bring them to a business. That's one thing I like mostly Igbo people. Because they always bring their children to their market, bring to their business. Begin to train them. They will see that hard work pays. Not all Igbo anywhere. There's some Igbo people that deviate. There's other group or the other side of the part of the world that see they're from about. They train their children to be greater in life. When you are child finish high school or secondary school, did you just go to university? No. Why she's preparing for a work? Did you engage her in one thing? You need to let her know that work pays. So that she will not carry that mindset, that having that shortcut mind. What did you do immediately she finished secondary school or high school? Engage her on something. Either you engage her, either in business, or engage her, go and get a work. It might not be that what you're trying to do is not, maybe you cannot afford her education or afford what she needs, but you want to tell her that the only way to survive is to work hard. So this area I can stop today, you know, concerning Nedu Nwoko. I'll come next time to talk about error of Nedu Nwoko and what the reason what he's doing, you know, that is not helping the next generation. Okay, but before I do that, let me clearly say that there's no how you can marry a child and want her to behave like adult. He marries him not because of the money, because of the love. He marries you because of little things you offer her. Now she has seen all those things. She can provide that thing for herself. Now that is no longer love, because it does not have that thing on you. You know, if you want to get 20 wives, marry people that have been matured enough to take that decision, not a child that parents are supposed to take decision for. I love you guys. Remain safe.